What's going on, everybody? I hope you are doing well. We want to give you a little bit of an update on how things are going on with the Griffith family. And as we have said yes to world missions in our journey so far, would love to give you just a quick update and by way of video. So this is kind of a cold February day. Hope you're doing well, but I'm just going to talk a little bit, have a little talking montage, put some pictures and videos up as we express how grateful we are on God's faithfulness in our life and how you have been such an encouragement to us along this journey that we're on. So I want to start as far back as I can. And with that said, here we go. So 9 years ago yesterday, February 13th, 2013, God led myself and my wife, Emily, to Page County, Virginia, to be able to be pastoral interns at Mount Carmel Regular Baptist Church. And that was such a wonderful time in our life as we were wanting to put some practical steps in our ministry as we have been following the Lord in full-time Christian ministry, knowing that God has called us to local church ministry and pastoral ministry. For 15 months, that was an incredible time to be able to serve with Mount Carmel Regular Baptist Church. And it was also equally exciting to say yes to be the youth pastor at Mount Carmel. And man, for the past 9 years, we have truly developed some incredible friendships, some incredible relationships. To be able to do youth ministry in Page County for the past 9 years has been such a wild ride in so many different ways. Man, to be able to serve with such a awesome church family has been one of the greatest encouragements in our hearts and our lives. We've seen teenagers get saved. We've seen teenagers have victory over sin. We've seen families grow closer together. And man, we have been encouraged as we have jumped into youth ministry. Well, little did we know that our youth ministry would get a little bit more personal. All 4 of our children have been born in the past 9 years or so. And so something that I've been asking as we've been able to be acclimated to the culture of Page County. How long do you have to live in Page County before you're from there? And the consensus is clear. You have to be born in Page County to be from Page County. And so all of our kids are from Page County in so many ways. We have made close, lasting, lifetime friendships that are just more than friends. Family is more of the word that I would use with our Mount Carmel church family. And we are so grateful for all the love and support that we have gotten over the years as we've walked with our Mount Carmel church family. And so thankful for the next steps that we get to take in partnership with Mount Carmel. Man, youth ministry has been so much fun in so many different ways. All the different events that we've got to have, all of the youth leaders that have partnered with Mount Carmel to be able to pour their love, their time, their investment, their energy into so many teenagers over the years has blessed my heart, and I've definitely learned from them in so many different ways. The word thankful is truly not enough to express how grateful we are to be able to have done life for so long in Page County. It's been a difficult process to leave our church family behind. We are leaving behind some incredible teenagers that love Jesus, that serve self-sacrificially, that are bold in their faith. And it's exciting to see what God's going to do in their hearts and in their lives in the future. Man, I want to be there for that. You know, we're leaving behind some awesome youth leaders that are faithful week in and week out, that pour their hearts and their lives into these young people, keep pointing them to Christ. We're leaving behind our pastors, Pastor Mike and Pastor Brian, and an awesome leadership that are working hard together to be that lighthouse of the gospel for Page County. And we're going to be missing a lot of that in a lot of ways. We have an incredible church family that have loved us and supported us, and it's difficult. It's difficult, but I'm so grateful that our church family has encouraged us and pushed us forward to follow after Jesus Christ and what He's called us to in world missions. So for that, we are so thankful. So it comes without saying, this next season of our life is definitely a result of God working through His Word, working through the people of Mount Carmel, and just working in our hearts in such an interesting way. So back in March, a missionary, actually used to be the youth pastor at Mount Carmel at one time, Ron Davis, shared his story about how God is calling him to Poland, and shared with us the different needs of Poland as far as the spread of the gospel. And he approached Emily and I and said that he's been praying for a long time to be able to build a team to take with him to Poland for the different areas of ministry that are definitely in need there. And he approached us and just asked us to pray about this opportunity to be able to work in missions in Poland, cross-cultural. So of course, Emily and I said yes, and we took that request to the Lord during our vacation in July, this past July, and really just felt the Lord tugging on our hearts as far as saying yes to missions in Poland. Just talking together, and God speaking to us even through His Word. During that time, I was in Luke chapter 14, where Jesus is challenging His disciples to truly count the cost of what it means to follow Him and forsaking all in order to follow Him. And God, just using that passage in my heart and my life, really started to compel me, and in my discussion with my wife Emily as well. I asked her, Emily, is this something that you could see God doing in our hearts and our lives? And to my surprise, she said, yeah, I've always figured that God would do something in our family and lead us into missions. I'm like, always? God has always led your heart that way? Wow, I guess I should talk to my wife a little bit better. And but that was just even a confirming thing in my heart and my life that God was already leading Emily's heart in missions in that way. And after praying for a while and asking the Lord and His wisdom and seeking God through His Word and feeling that tug and that call in our heart, in our life to be able to engage in missions in Poland, we called Ron back and said, we really sense God leading us this way. We're in. And from that point on, got to meet the other team members, Nick and Jill Toothman. What an incredible couple that love Jesus, and they're excited to be able to pursue this mission and spread the gospel and help plant and establish churches in Poland. That was a big confirmation in our heart, just meeting them as well. And we've been on this crazy journey ever since, pursuing what it means to be a missionary in another culture, in another country. It definitely wasn't easy to say yes to this, because we know what that means, to have to leave our amazing Mount Carmel church family to pursue this call. It's definitely a hard thing to do. But you know what? Life's not about us. It's all about our incredible King. And to think that He would call us to something like this is humbling. It's incredible. It's terrifying. But man, we have a good and gracious God that gives us everything that we need and equips us for the calling that He has on our hearts and in our lives. So, in saying yes to that, put us on a journey. Got to tell our two pastors, our senior pastor, Pastor Brian, and associate pastor, Pastor Mike, about this, and they were very supportive and very excited what God's doing in our life, and told our church family that this is what and where the Lord is leading us. And again, sad, but also very supportive. And from that time, just preparing these past months to say yes to this call, we approached our church family back in Roanoke, where we grew up, Shenandoah Baptist Church, about what God's doing in our heart and life, and what would it look like to partner with them. And to our excitement, they offered us a 6 to 9 month missionary internship training. And that's actually where we are now. We moved back to Roanoke. And so this journey up to this point, it hasn't been easy. It's been crazy. It's been exciting. We've had some definite moments where we have really stopped and considered, what have we just done? But God has been with us every step of the way. The past couple Sundays at Mount Carmel have been sad, but they've also been very encouraging, saying goodbye. We have been incredibly overwhelmed with the love, with the cards, with the gifts that we have received. The youth ministry got together without me knowing, and they got me a super nice guitar to be able to take to Poland and continue music ministry that way. They got Emily some awesome winter shoes because it's cold in Poland, and to be able to receive the Bibles and the picture frame and the endless gifts that we have gotten has been so overwhelming, so encouraging. To say thank you truly isn't enough to our Mount Carmel church family. We have truly been blessed beyond what we could even imagine or think, to think that we have this much support. So up to this point, we are being co-sent by Mount Carmel Regular Baptist Church, and pursuing that co-sending also with Shenandoah Baptist Church, to be able to pursue this internship and have a season where we can unplug from youth ministry for a season, to just put all of our energy and efforts into what does it mean to be a missionary as we pursue missions in Central Europe. Man, we're so grateful. We're so grateful. Right now, we're staying at a good friend's Airbnb for a few weeks. Shenandoah Baptist has a mission house that we look forward to staying in as other missionaries from Shenandoah are waiting on some paperwork and some passports. Again, we're so grateful for all those who came to help us pack the truck to move to Roanoke. My good friend Bill asked his friend Tim if I could borrow his truck for the move to Roanoke, and little did I know how large a truck it was. Bill told me that it was the largest truck that you could drive legally with a normal license, and man, it was quite an adventure. I took a couple videos of that experience. All right, everybody say bye, house. Bye, house. All right, here we go. Woo! All right, it's time to take the truck. Woo! This is pretty wild. This is pretty wild. Wow, this is a ride. But when we got to Emily's parents' house, that's where we're storing all of our stuff while we prepare to head across the ocean. We had this moment as we unloaded everything. Emily and I, it kind of hit us both at the same time. We just had this moment of, what did we just do? Why did we do this? And that lasted for about 37 minutes as we were frustratedly unloading all of our things and putting it in a garage, as we kind of look at our life and reflect on everything and all the comforts and the securities that we had. But man, God has been so faithful with us in our hearts and in our minds, that He's with us, that He's called us to this, and He's providing every step of the way. To know that we have our Mount Carmel Church family back in Page County that love us, that are praying for us, that are there for us. To know that we have our Shenandoah Baptist Church family that are also here for us, that are walking with us every step of the way. To be able to equip us and see us trained and equipped to be able to do this mission. Man, we're so encouraged. What an awesome God that we have. And there's nothing that we would give up for the Lord that He truly wouldn't supply for us. And He really has in so many different ways. So just making this first video, would love in every way to try to document our process up to this point, where God and how God is leading us, to be able to bring you along the journey. I hope this video wasn't too long, but man, there truly is a lot to process as we've said yes to this call to missions. And so thank you so much for coming along the journey with us. Our kids, Silas, Eden, Olive, and Amos, they're doing well. Definitely a crazy journey for them to jump into brand new scenarios time after time after time again, to be able to move and then move and then move and then move. Thank you so much for your prayers for them. We serve an incredible God, an incredible King. He is worthy to make His name known to the ends of the earth. And man, we are so blessed and so glad that we have all of this support. So we love you. Thank you again for how you're walking with us and praying with us. I look forward to seeing you in the next video as we bring you along the journey on how God is working in us and through us. And again, it's through you as well. So thanks for joining us for this adventure and this journey, and we'll see you in the next one.